Hello, my name is Trevor Babcock, and this is The Sims 4. I'm going to look at input for a mechanic, and the mechanic is selecting a task for the sim to do. So as you can see, we have mouse movement. A lot of these are just superfluous to the actual action. What we're really looking for is the left mouse button, which is right here, and how many clicks that left mouse button needs to be clicked for the sim to perform the task. However, I did feel it was important to throw in the other inputs as well. So there's camera panning, camera zoom, stuff with the camera to make sure we can get to where we're looking so we can start clicking and start the action for our sim. Alright, so now we're going to go over the metrics in this action here, and there is a little bit of feedback thrown in this section as well, but mostly metrics. So first thing we're going to see is how many clicks does it take to queue an action, and we see 3. So in this instance we have to click at the menu and get to what we actually want to make, and it takes 3 clicks. Next up, we're going to go back in the video. We're going to look at the level of task. So this is important once you get higher level. So we have a level 2 task instead of a level 1, which is available to our player. We have click to action. So this takes 2.37 seconds in this case to do this. And now we're going to go into a breakdown of everything that's going to happen here. So we see unpause and queue. So the game unpauses and we queue the action. We see payment. All of these are within few frames of each other. And we see bars starting to appear. So there's some feedback also. But it's also a short window of time that this appears. And then eventually these bars go away. So that's another feedback thing coming in. But again, it's more metrics in the speed of which these disappear. And that varies depending on the level and depending on which action you're doing, which task. So the total duration of this process was about 43 seconds. So this is an average for a lot of tasks, but this was for this task, and it was pretty short time. Looking at feedback now, really quick, we see the character move, but there's also a -16 that appeared. We saw that earlier in the metrics section. There's going to be sounds and particles while they're doing the action. So we see the particles of him chopping and also him hurting himself, as well as the character saying that he's hurting himself. Finally, we have the design of this mechanic in Sims 4, and the design is based around simulation, as you can see on the screen here, is that you do the task and you progress, and sometimes you don't always get as much positive feedback as you like. Sometimes you get more negative, sometimes you do get more positive feedback, but in the end of the day you're still making progress in that skill based on that task that you're doing.